When I was about 18 years old, maybe 19, maybe 20, I was living with my mom in a condo out in Tigard, Oregon. It's kind of south of Portland. And I recall walking down to the bus stop one day and noticing that I was only stepping on, well, let's just say that the sidewalk sections were a little awkward. I'm 6'2", so I would put 2 feet on one, then one on the next, and every once in a while I'd hit the crack. When I continued to walk, I had to hit another crack in the same pattern with the other foot. Okay, so didn't think much of it. Whenever I would brush something with my left hand, I would find myself brushing the same wall or surface with my right hand. And if I brushed my right hand in a different place, then I would brush my right hand in the correct place, then my left hand in the same place I touched my right hand with. Now, if you relate to any of this, you know exactly where I'm going. And with the title, I'm sure you're already aware this video is about Tourette's. It's something I've only talked about one time on this channel in all the videos I've made because I don't like to discuss personal issues, of course, but that's not the thing. I have no problem talking about my own problems. It's that it has become so trendy to pretend you have a mental illness now on places like TikTok and YouTube that to even discuss this becomes a little bit of a challenge because I don't want to put anybody else down who might have this same condition. But I am going to put down all the people out there who are pretending they have Tourette's, who have convinced themselves they have Tourette's, or who have this mass psychosis that they believe they have some psychotic disorder that's causing them problems. I want to make it clear that I did not notice or realize that I even had this condition until about 5 years ago. Did I self-diagnose online like everyone else does? Well, kind of. It took me about 20 years to process it. I'm 47 now. When I was in my mid-40s, I started realizing that a lot of these habits I had were called tics, T-I-C-S. And a tic is any motion or movement that you make that might be, let's just say, unnatural or something that you don't want to do but you have to do. It could be a twitch of the head. And let me just say this started actually way back in high school, or probably before that, and I didn't realize it. But in high school, I had this habit of opening my mouth really wide, stretching my lips, and my lips would get chapped. And I got made fun of. My friends called me lipstick man, and I went through my usual, well, why do you do that? Why do you move your head? Why do you twitch like that? And for me, it was always weird, but I just ignored it. And I moved forward into my adult years, and those habits moved from neck tics to head tics to twitching of my jaw, stretching my jaw, tensing my neck, and sometimes it can be painful. It can cause you actual headaches and issues that you are like, why do I have a headache? Oh, because I've been tensing my neck. And I still do it to this day. And it's something that a lot of people don't even realize, but the reason why it's hard to talk about is because the placebo effect, the fact that people really believe that they can be healed, there's also this psychosomatic kind of effect people have on their own illnesses, which can be called Munchausen syndrome. It basically means that you believe you have an illness that you don't. And often people do it to get sympathy. They want to say, well, look at me, I have this problem, and I need help, and unfortunately it's being done a lot for views, for clicks. And the internet has really changed mental illness and kind of made it ridiculous in some ways. But at the same time, because we manifest our own illness, then maybe it is something that people are actually manifesting within themselves just by believing it. I don't know. But it seems that it's being kind of made a mockery of, like a lot of things have. And so I guess people should just be more aware that what you see on TikTok or YouTube, you see people who say, oh, you might have this too. If you start believing that, then you might actually convince yourself you do. I know that my issues are exacerbated when I drink caffeine or take certain drugs. I know that I have a condition because I've worked through it for a long time. Don't convince yourself that you're sick or ill just because you have one incident or you see something on TikTok or YouTube, because I think most people are happy and healthy. A very small percentage have issues like that. They're generally not debilitating, and very, very rarely does Tourette's have anything to do with cussing at anyone. I think that's a huge misconception that people have, that if you have Tourette's, you just cuss out, blurt out cuss words. And you find that the overwhelming amount of people who claim to have it will do things like that, and it makes it very sus. It's easy to be super suspicious of the idea that everyone suddenly has a mental illness, but at the same time, judging by the world around us, maybe they all do, and I don't know. But if you have Tourette's or anything like it, let me know down below. And maybe you don't know. Maybe you haven't diagnosed it just like I hadn't. And I just thought I would post this to kind of inform people on my thoughts about the topic. Not to cry out and say I have it, but just to say, hey, something I realized. And I'll talk to you all next time. Peace out. Be well.